Hi everyone, welcome to my Create with Mandy time. My name's Mandy Witherby and I'm an independent Stampin' Up! Demonstrator in Sydney, Australia. As you're jumping on, say hi, let me know that you're here, or if you're watching the replay, type in replay so that I know that you've been here. And you might be watching this later on YouTube. So I have a new YouTube channel, which is very exciting. So if you are watching this on YouTube, please give me a thumbs up and subscribe to my YouTube channel. And if you click on the little bell icon, which is going to be on the top right hand side, then you will be able to see, you'll get notified every time I put up a new video. So I would love it if you would do that too. So Thursday nights are really chilled. We just have a chat and a cuppa. Oh, I forgot to make my cuppa tonight. Well, I'll just have to have my water. Yeah, and you can bring along your own craft projects and we can just sit and just have a little bit of crafting creative time together as we just relax. You can sit in your jammies if you like. I always wear my comfy pants and yeah, we just have a really nice time together. Hey Chrissy, how are you? Great to see you here. Thank you for joining me today. While everyone's jumping on, I'll just call this up on my iPad so I can see all of your comments. So let me just find it on here. I have to keep refreshing my screen. It doesn't want to show me my live. Where is it? Nope. It's being temperamental tonight. No, I'll have to go back out and go back in again. We'll try that, see if I can find it. We've had some storms here tonight. I wasn't even sure if I was going to be able to go live because we had some storms before. Hey Leslie, how you going? Oh, is he? Oh, what a good hubby. Very nice. Nice of him to make you your cuppa. My daughter is actually cooking me tea, or dinner, I should say. Dinner or tea, depending on where you live. In the country where my family are from, or my extended family, I cannot find this live on my iPad for some reason. They say tea for dinner, which is, well, our evening meal. And they often say dinner for lunch. So, but here in Sydney, we tend to say dinner and lunch. Hi Megan, how are you? Great to see you here. Thank you for joining me. Dinner for you, Megan, yes. Yep, we say dinner here in our house too. And it's funny because I grew up with my mum calling it tea. So at some point I switched. I don't know why. And I don't know what my siblings call. Yeah, dinner, same. I think it's, so my family are all in Victoria and they're in country Victoria. So I don't know if it makes a difference whereabouts in Victoria you are or if it's just a country thing. Because in the country where they're from, they say a few different funny things. I cannot find this live on my iPad. I'm going to have to go all the way out of Facebook and try again. Maybe it's been doing funny things. I don't know. So anyway, yes, I was saying we have dinner at lunch, tea at night. Ah, hey Chrissy, you're in South Australia, I think, aren't you? I wonder if that's, oh, you thought it was a British thing? Maybe. Well, a lot of my family are originally British. So from generations back, I think it was my grandparents or my great-grandparents were, my great-grandparents definitely were British, but my grandparents, I can't remember if they were born here or overseas. I'd have to look back in, yes, South Australia, I thought so. So Queensland and South Australia, oh sorry, Victoria and South Australia, I think are similar with some of the things that they say. Oh, there it is. Now I can see it. Okay, let me bring that up now so I can see your comments coming up on my screen. That's better. And I'll get them, I'll move them off my phone screen. So that's better. So I can focus a little bit better. When they're popping up on the screen in front of me when I'm talking, I get very distracted. Yeah, so it's funny, isn't it, how we say different things in different states even though we're in the same country. But I guess it's a bit like sort of a bit like dialects, I suppose, in different countries. I don't know. So yeah, but anyway, getting back to the storm, I've gone back to that twice already now. We did have a storm that brewed this afternoon and came well, early this evening, and I thought, oh no, I hope we don't get a blackout or something, because I won't be able to go live. But thankfully I think it's gone. Haven't heard any rumbles for a while, so hopefully it'll stay away. Hey Glenda, great to see you. Thanks for joining me today. Your girls tell you off all the time. Oh, that's funny, Chrissy. Yeah. Ah, yes. So we wear swimmers or cozies. We usually say cozies here in Sydney, or well, in New South Wales, we say cozies. Togs is more Queensland, I think. And I know country Victoria, but I don't know if it's all of Victoria. Where my family are from, they say bathers. So, which sounds very formal, I think. It's funny, when we went to New Zealand last year. Oh, was it? Oh, I've lost track of when we were in New Zealand. It was last year. Yeah, it was last year in April. They have so many different words for different things. And I knew some of them because we had friends that used to live in New Zealand for a few years. So I knew about jandals, which are thongs. We call thongs, you know, like the things you wear on your feet. And there are a few other funny things, but now I have friends there in New Zealand as well. So often they'll teach me new words like dairy, which is like our corner shop, like our little corner shop, like convenience store. They call it a dairy. And when my friend first said to me, oh, I've got to go to the dairy, and I said, oh, are you going to buy milk? And she said, no, I'm going to get bread at the dairy. And I'm like, you buy bread at the dairy? It's quite funny. So yeah, so then we worked out, yeah, what the differences were there. That was quite funny. Ah, yes. So Glenda, yes, you're in Queensland, so you're togs, yes. Yeah, and Chrissy's bathers. Yeah, see? So Victoria and South Australia are quite similar in a lot of the things that they say. And I think, yeah, New South Wales just must have their own language, I think. Oh, flip-flops. Yes, flip-flops in the UK are thongs. Yep, that's right. Yeah, and I think too, isn't it flip-flops in America as well? Because in America, if you say thongs, that means something completely different. Is that right? I think that's right. I'm just going to tip this camera down a little bit. I feel like I'm chopping off my head. Flip-flop. Yeah, it's funny, isn't it? Some of the other things. What are some of the other things? So swimmers and thongs, and there's got to be some other dairy. Oh, when they fill up a car in America, they say gas, or we say petrol or fuel. Some people say fuel, some people say petrol. Bluestone corner shop. Oh, really, Megan? Okay. We call it the blue, oh, blue store. Sorry, I misread that. Blue store corner shop. Yes, they are, Chrissy. You're exactly correct. Yeah. So we won't have a conversation about that though. Probably not appropriate here. Oh, when you're in primary school, you used to take a port to school. What was that? Like, as far as I know, port is like alcohol. You used to take a port to school. Is that like a school bag? Or is that like a thermos flask? Because we have like a thermos flask, which is like usually metal or has metal inner that keeps something warm or cold, because now they have the thermos flask type drink bottles too, which a lot of people use for cold water. I have one that I use for hot tea or well, usually tea. I don't drink much coffee. Yeah, so a port, I'm assuming that's something like a flask, is it? It was just a school bag. Oh, it's a school bag, and you used to keep it in the port rack. Ah, okay. We used to have, back when I went to school, well, especially in high school in the 80s, we had, I can't remember exactly what we called them. They were like a satchel, but we didn't call them a satchel. That's what we would call them now, a satchel, but we called them something else. I can't remember what they were called, but they were like canvas. They were made of canvas, and usually they were yellow. Sometimes you could get different colors, and you used to get them from like the disposal store, which a disposal store is similar to like a camping store or that sort of thing. Oh, you went to school in New South Wales, Glenda? Ah, Okay. Well, there you go. Hadn't heard of that. A rucksack. Ratsack or rucksack, Megan? Rucksack, perhaps. Ratsack, isn't ratsack rat poisoning? Which is very different to a rucksack. Isn't it funny? We could talk about funny different words all night, couldn't we? Oh, it looks like Wendy's joining us. Hi, Wendy. How you going? We're talking about funny different words in different states, and yeah, rucksack, yeah, and the different words in the different states, yeah, it was quite a few funny different things. So, oh, you had one in high school too, yeah. You used to draw it with Sharpie, yes. Yeah, well, back then it was art line marker. We didn't have Sharpie then. It was art line marker. But yes, we used to draw all over those school bags and like graffiti them, and yeah. Yeah, that's right. Yeah, I can't remember what we used to call them though. Does anyone remember what we used to call those yellow? Because you could get them in like the satchel type, and then you could also get them in the backpack. I think I had the backpack type, but of course you only ever wore it on one shoulder, because if you wore it on two shoulders, then people would start teasing you. So you had to be cool and just wear it on one shoulder. So that's why I think we've all got bad backs now. As adults, we've wrecked our backs carrying all our school bags on one shoulder for so many years. Yeah, you called the canvas bags rucksacks. Rucksack. Oh, now I'm saying it wrong. Rucksacks. Ah, okay. Yeah, I think we had a particular name for it, but I don't think it was rucksack. I think it was something else, but I can't remember what that was. But yeah, I went to school in a Sydney suburb, not far from the city actually, only about 15-20 minutes from the city. And so yeah, it was, yeah, so I'm not sure, can't remember what we called them, but anyway, it was funny the other day. So there's a Facebook page for my old primary school from when I was really little, and somebody posted up a photograph the other day of a really, really old school case. We used to have like a solid case, and my original one and it was exactly like the one I had when I first started in like kindy in year one, and then I progressed, and it was tiny. It was like this big. But it was a solid case, like with a handle, like the old style suitcases almost, and it had the little latches on it. It was so cute. But anyway, then I progressed when I got to, that was in infant school. Then when I got to primary school, I progressed to the big orange school case. But yeah, they were a case, not a bag. And yeah, I remember when I thought I was so cool when I got my big orange one. It was so funny. And then I would put stickers all over them as well to decorate them. See, so I was scrapbooking and into papercraft even back then. Oh, all the things. Yeah, texters. That's right. Yep, texters are now called felt tip pens. Well, actually, I think there is actually a Texter brand, but it's TEXTA, and I think that is still around somewhere too. I think I saw them not long ago. But as you know, we got older, you got all these fancy felt tip pens, and I think there were certain brands like Crayola and things like that were the the really good brand, and so if you had that brand, you were really special. And so funny thinking back to all the things, isn't it, from when we were younger? Yeah, like a mini suitcase, Wendy. Yes. Oh, you've still got yours. That's so cute. Do you know what? At the preschool where I work, when I'm not on long service leave, which finishes next week, yeah, we've got one of those old orange cases that they used to use as a first aid kit. We've got proper first aid kits now, but when I first was there for the first several years, before we upgraded all the first aid kits, they had one of those orange cases, and it's still floating around there somewhere at preschool. And every time I see it, I'm like, oh, that's like my old school bag. And it's exactly the same. So funny. Oh, so a port was like a little suitcase. Ah, okay. Yeah, yes, erasers were rubbers. Yes, nowadays you have to make sure you call them erasers, because otherwise we get misunderstandings. So we don't want to call them the other thing. I still do at home though. I'm like, where's my rubber? I need to rub my pencil out. But yeah, erasers. Yeah. And it's funny over time, isn't it, how names have changed for things as well. And I think a lot of that has come about with a lot of the political correctness and all of that as well. But yeah, a lot of the language has changed. It's so funny. Anyway, this is a lot of fun, reminiscing about all these names and yeah, the differences between the different states as well. Wendy, I was saying before that my daughter is cooking me dinner, and then I said tea, and then I said, oh, well, it depends on where you are. It could be dinner, it could be tea, because my mum is from country Victoria, and they down there call it tea, and their lunch is their dinner, because usually, like in the country areas, they will often have a hot meal for lunch, and so I guess that's why they call it dinner, whereas we here in Sydney tend to have our hot meals in the evening, so then that's our dinner. Anyway, dinner, tea, evening meal, whatever. Yes, well, I'm happy to reveal my age. I'm about to turn 50 next month, actually, Megan. And my girls were planning a big party for me, but of course that's out the window now, so I might have to have a belated 50th next year. And my husband will be turning 60 next year, so maybe we'll have a combined belated 50th for me and a 60th for him or something, and we'll just have one big party. When it's safe to do so, of course. When you're in New South Wales, you used to wear a barter ponytails shoes. Oh, yes! I did too, the barter ponytails shoes. Yes, same. And they were, yeah, and they were like a really solid little school shoe. Yeah, how funny. Whereabouts in New South Wales did you go to school, Glenda? Was it northern New South Wales, or was it down a bit further? Oh, okay, Wendy, yes, your mum's family are from Sydney. So you always called it dinner. Yeah, even though you're in Victoria. Okay. So Wendy, being in Victoria, is calling it tea, is that a Victorian-wide thing, or is that just country Victoria, like typically? Obviously, there'll be differences. Glenda, you're not far off 70-ish. Are you, Glenda? Oh, wow. Well, there you go. Oh, and Megan, you were 50 last year. Yeah, so we may have been in the same grade at school, because I actually started school at 4.5. So I was one of the youngest always in the grade all the way through. They tried to make me repeat a few times, but Mum wouldn't allow them to, which, oh, Inverell. Okay, so that's a fair way up north, isn't it? Yeah. Oh, click-clack shoes. I don't remember them being called that, Wendy. Victorian wide. Yep, okay. Used to get teased about calling it dinner. Oh, there you go. Yeah. I'm just trying to remember, because Mum had been back in Victoria now for 23 years, but she was 40 years in Sydney. So I can't remember if her vocab sort of changed living up here for so many years, and then she reverted back to her country vocab when she got back down there after being down there for a while. But yeah, I have to check with my sister actually what she calls it, just for fun's sake. Just for a bit of fun. Yeah. All right, well, we can keep chatting about this, but how about we get on to some crafting. Now, Fossicking in Inverell. I've actually never been to Inverell, but down the track, I hope that my husband and I will be able to do a bit more travelling up north. I'm a bit reluctant to go back overseas at the moment. Well, for any time soon anyway. So I sort of said to him, be great just to, you know, travel a bit more around our own country. So heading north and then perhaps going across the top or something. I'm not sure. But yeah, it'd be nice to go up north. I've been up to Townsville a couple of times because my daughter went to uni up there for a few years, but we flew from here to there, so we didn't really go to all the places in between. But apart from that, the furthest I've been is Sunshine Coast. Yeah, and so then yeah, I haven't been anywhere else really up north apart from there, and then just Townsville and just the area around Townsville, which was really lovely. We loved it up there actually, but it's so humid in the summer. Oh, it's disgusting. It's really horrible in summer. Anyway, let's get on to some crafting. We'll keep chatting. We're here to enjoy each other's company tonight, so let's keep chatting while we're crafting. So let me know in the comments what you are crafting tonight. Are you joining along with me with your own projects, or are you going to watch what I'm doing? I'm doing some really quick and simple cards tonight. So I thought that would be, you know, really good to do on a Thursday night, is just do some quick and easy projects. Mondays I do a bit more technical projects often, not always, but often. But Thursdays I thought, you know, it's such a relaxed night. Let's just have fun together and just do some, you know, some quick, easy little projects. But I'm going to be showing, here's our beautiful new annual catalogue. And I think most of you watching tonight who are here with me live at the moment already know about this beautiful new annual catalogue. So this beautiful annual catalogue is going to be released on the 3rd of June. So if you don't already have a demonstrator and you live in Australia, please let me know, because I would love to get a catalogue out to you if you don't already have one. All my catalogues have gone out to all my regular customers already, and they should have all received them by now. So if you haven't and you're one of my regular customers, please let me know, just so that I can follow that up for you. But yeah, our beautiful catalogue, and we're going to be playing with some of the new product from there tonight. So let me show you. First of all, I might just tip the camera down, and we can, oh, watching with your kitty in your lap by the fire. That sounds so lovely. I have to say I'm really, really tired tonight. So my eyes are quite dark and sunken. Don't think that I'm unwell. I'm not. I'm just really tired. And that's how you always tell with me, is my eyes go really dark and they sink. So, but funnily enough, I had my flu shot for the first time in many, many years a couple of days ago, and ever since then I have been so tired and so exhausted, and I've been sleeping really soundly at night time, which I hadn't been. So yeah, I think it's just making me a little bit drowsy, which they said could be a possible side effect. But I've also been on the computer all day today too, so that doesn't help. So anyway, I put my lippy on tonight so that it would give me a bit of colour in my face, so I didn't look so pale and drained. Hopefully I'm getting the desired effect. Oh, you're just relaxing and watching, Leslie. Fantastic. Awesome. Oh, Glenda, you're in Yeppoon near Rockhampton. Ah, okay, awesome. Oh, there's sapphires up there, is there, Megan? Up at Inverell. Oh, nice. Beautiful. Well, we might have to head up there. Might have to put it on my bucket list. I'd like to go up there. I'd like to go to a lot of the places that I've heard about from family members and things like that, that are family members that have done a lot of travel, and friends, because yeah, I'd like to see some of those places for myself. It's one thing to look at somebody else's photographs, but it's another thing to go there yourself, isn't it? Yeah. Hey Athena, how are you? Great to see you tonight. We've just been having some laughs together about some of the different words we use in the different states that mean the same thing. And reminiscing about some of the things from our childhood and school days and things. So, oh, and Chrissy, you're just watching as well. I'm glad everyone's relaxing and just enjoying spending time together. That's what tonight's all about. Ah, you are too, Athena. Awesome. Great. All right, well, let me flip the camera down and I'll show you what we're going to be playing with today. So just bear with me for a moment. And I'm not sure if my camera's going to be too close tonight or if I might need to move it. So we'll have a look at that when I flip it down. So just bear with me for a moment and I'll cover up my camera and I'll flip it down. Just might be a bit noisy and clunky for a moment. I'll lift that up and we'll see how we go with that. Oh, I think I forgot to flip my cameras. Let me just do that. Here, this one and this one. Nearly forgot to flip my cameras and we would have been upside down and back to front. There we go. Let's see how that's looking. I might just need to, I've just adjusted my stand tonight. Oh, we're still upside down. Sorry about that, everyone. Hang on a minute. Let me flip that. Maybe I didn't press it hard enough the first time. Did that flip? Just waiting for my iPad to catch up. Oh yes, there we go. Good, good, good. Yes, I was fiddling a little bit with my stand again before I went live just to try and get it at the right height, because I've had so many adjustments to it recently. Yeah, sorry about that. Sorry, everyone. I've had so many adjustments to it recently because of all the issues that I had been having with Facebook Lives. And so everything's sort of, yeah, been readjusted. So I'm just trying to get back to what is normal and where things should be. So I'm just moving my mat around a little bit for a moment to try and get that. Oh, I'm going the wrong way. I think I need to go back this way. How funny, because everything's in reverse. Everything that I'm seeing on my replay is in reverse to the way I'm actually moving things. So there we go. And oh, is it that way? Yes, I think it's over that way. Okay, that's looking pretty good. All right, so I put my banner down tonight. I haven't had my banner down for a little while on my desktop. I've just been using my plain logo, or not my logo, my blog. But I thought I'd put my banner down tonight because we're going to be playing with some colors that are very similar to what is in my banner or in my branding. So we have, oh, hi Diane, how are you? Great to see you. Fantastic. Yeah. Okay, good. We're all set up and everything is good. Good. Okay, so we are going to be using, now of course I still can't show you the inside of the catalogue. Before I go any further, let me remind you that if you would like to shop with me, if you're interested in any of these products, they will be available from the 3rd of June, and you can shop at mandyspapercraftcreations.blogspot.com. And the other thing is too, I will just let you know that I have a whole heap of tutorials up on my blog now. I have a designated page just for my tutorials. So you can go there and purchase some of my tutorials if you're interested in those. And I've got some technique tutorials there as well, which come with video and PDF for those technique tutorials. But there's information on the page there about those. So you might like to go there and have a look. And then there's a couple of bundles as well where I've collaborated with other demonstrators, which is separate to those as well, but on the same page. So yeah, go there and have a look anyway. And yes, and if you are shopping with me, remember to use my host code at the checkout so that I can send you a lovely thank you gift. So that's for anyone who purchases over $30 in my online store. All right, beautiful new catalogue. Again, if you don't have one and you don't have a demonstrator, please get in contact with me because I'd love to get one out to you. So many beautiful products. It's so exciting. And it's actually going live Wednesday week, so Wednesday the 3rd of June. Currently, as demonstrators, we have been able to purchase some of the new products that are coming out, which has been very exciting. And in case you missed my live on Monday, this is the card that I made on Monday with the Flowers for Every Season suite. And I just love this designer series paper. It's so pretty. So that's the card that I made on Monday. So if you missed that, it is up on my blog. So you can go to my blog to see it. And also too, my Facebook Live has been recorded in my business page here too. So if you want to go, actually there's a link on my blog anyway to the video. So either way, you can still see the video if you'd like to see how I made that card. So that's that one, and that is the suite that we're going to be playing with today, but we're playing with some other different parts of the suite. We are going to be playing with the Flowers for Every Season Memories and More card pack today. So I'm going to show those to you, and we are also, I'll pull them out of the packet in a moment, and we're also going to be playing with, well, actually we were, but now I've had to change my idea because I need these for something else. But these are the coordinating Flowers for Every Season Memories and More cards and envelopes. So these are already pre-printed in all of the brand new in colors. So these beautiful in colors are going to be around for the next 2 years, and they're in addition to our standard color palette. So we've got Bumblebee, Cinnamon Cider. Let me spread them open a little bit. So we've got Bumblebee, Cinnamon Cider, Just Jade, Misty Moonlight, and Magenta Madness. And the reason I brought out my brand logo was because magenta is very close to the colors in my brand, although this is a bit faded because I printed it on my printer. But this cardstock at the back here is actually the Melon Mambo, and oh, it's a bit hard to tell because this is only a small piece and it's faded because it's been sitting out for quite a while, but it's different to the Magenta Madness, but they actually coordinate really nicely together too. They're not the same color, they're actually different. And then with those, so these cards are already pre-scored for you, so they already have a score line, and they've got this dot border on there too. So you basically just can fold them in half, just burnish them with your bone folder if you have one, or just press down the edge really well to get it to sit down really nicely. And then they have coordinating envelopes, which are absolutely gorgeous with the dots inside, and these are in the coordinating colors. Now, I did see some cards the other day where somebody had used the actual inside of the envelope. Sorry, I think I'm going off camera. Let me pull that down this way. They had actually cut open the envelope and used the envelope, the inside of the envelope, as designer series paper, as their patterned paper, because it was so beautiful. So I thought that is a great idea too. Yeah, so they coordinate with this suite because this suite has the in colors in it. Now, the Memories and More cards, which I will show you, I'll just take them out of the packet. These as well have all of the coordinating colors that coordinate with these, and these little borders on here, when you put those, or maybe not that color, but let's pick a different one, this one. When you put those on the front of the card, they fit perfectly within that little printed border, and they just give a nice little border without having to put it onto another color or, you know, another mat. And then you can just put your little sentiment on it, etc., and decorate it up. And as well as that, they also do fit the large cards as well. So let me just move the envelopes out of the way. I'll move those ones. So these do actually fit the large cards as well, because these large cards, they are 6 by 4. And our standard card fronts in Australia are a bit smaller than 6 by 4. So if you're using them on a standard card front, you do need to cut them down, which you'll see me do tonight when I use them, because I'm not using these card bases. I'm actually using our standard cardstock. So yeah, so they fit perfectly on there as well. And then you've got an area there where you can do a little bit of embellishing and put your sentiment, etc. So they're really beautiful. So I'll go through all those cards and show you. So these cards are also used for memory keeping. And if you were watching with me last week, you'll remember that I showed the World of Good Memories and More cards last week. So they work in the same way, where you can use them in your albums, in your photo pockets, and you can decorate up your beautiful photo memories in your albums, but you can also use them for card making. So they are, you know, multi-purpose. You can also use them on full size. If you're a traditional scrapbooker, you can use them also on your traditional scrapbooking as well. And you can cut them down, or you can punch with them, with your different shaped punches. You can do all sorts of things with them. You know, it's only limited to your imagination, really. So I'll go through the large cards first, actually, because there's not as many of those. And you do get 2 in each pack. Now, I have pulled some out already to use. And the others, I meant to already have them turned over so that you could see the other side, but I forgot. So you just have to look at them as I go through them all. So that's the same as that one. We have this pretty one. That's gorgeous. And we're going to be, that's the back side of that one. And then this one. So some of these are horizontal and some of them will be vertical. So there's that one. See, look, some of them have already got a sentiment there on them, so you don't even need to do anything. You could just add a bit of bling or a bit of ribbon. It's a beautiful blue one. Winter Wishes. There's a vertical one, and these some of them have lines on them, so you can use them in your memory keeping to do your journaling if you'd like to use it in that way. If you don't want to use it in that way, you might even like to just trim that off there and use that as a border strip on your card. And then on the other side, it's got that gorgeous. So this suite has Poppy Parade added into it as well. Poppy Parade is one of our standard colours. And that's added into this suite as well. And then you get 4 cards, 2 each of 2 different styles of these amazing stickers. So these, oops, I got that one upside down. So these stickers, you've got a couple of labels in here, and then you've got all these floral blooms and the bows. You've got these little tiny flowers. So there's 2 of those, and they are stickers, and they're a very heavyweight cardstock, so they're quite strong when you punch them out. Then you've got these gorgeous words that are all coloured in colours, but they've got like an ombre effect. So when you punch those out, and we're going to use some of those tonight actually, so I'll show you how to use them. And then you've got some little white leaves and some little flowers as well. So there's lots of little elements. At first I didn't even notice the little white elements that were in there. I was only looking at the words, and then it was afterwards I was looking at them more closely, and I'm like, oh, hang on a minute, there's extra little pieces there, and they're actually cardstock, so you can probably colour those as well with your Stampin' Blends, or maybe even your Stampin' Write markers, because it's like a flat finish on the cardstock there. So yeah, so you could colour those to whatever colour you would like to as well, which is awesome. So let's have a look at, has anybody bought these? Let me know if you've bought them. And then we'll have a look at the little ones, and I'll flick through these quite quickly. Some of these I've pulled out already because I'm going to be using them. Oh, that's the same as the other one. Look, you can use one of your square dies in there with a sentiment or something. So there's all these different ones. Again, some are vertical, some are, I love this one, so pretty. Some are vertical, some are horizontal. From the heart. Some have got sentiments on there, some don't. So you can choose. Some have got the lines on them for doing your journaling. This one's really pretty. I love this one. Hey Julie. Oh, you've bought them and they're on their way. That's awesome. That's very exciting. They're so pretty. Look at this one. Love that. That's similar to the paper, or similar colors. Similar style to the paper that I used on my card I made on Monday. And some of these I have upside down. Oh, did you see that one? That's a nice one too. See, even if you didn't want to use that as a whole card, you could, because you could cover that up with something else or put your sentiment there or whatever. But you can actually just cut that strip off and use that as, you know, a focal point on your card. Embrace Today. And there's a few in here as well that have like a Christmas theme. And the same with the designer series paper as well. Oh, that's the one like the paper I used the other day. Where'd my card just go? There it is. I had it upside down. Yeah, look, it's like a miniature version of the paper that I used on Monday. So pretty. I love that one. I think that's my favorite. And then on the back of that is those little yellow flowers. This one's really bright. Look at these magenta roses. I think they look great with the crushed curry. No, it's not crushed curry. Sorry, it's bumblebee background. Thought it was crushed curry, and then I realized, no, hang on, that's an in color. And then you have, and so then you've got a Christmas journaling card then. You've got these cards too. Now they've got designs on the other side, and there's 2 of each. Whoops. So you do have designs on the other side, which I have upside down. But on this side, they've got words. So you can cut up the words and use them as your sentiment or embellishing on your project. So we're going to use some of those today as well. So I might leave those ones on top. Actually, no, I'll put them on the bottom because I know that I had them on the bottom. So they are the Flowers for Every Season, Memories and More cards. And you'll notice that the colours in there and the style and the design and some of the cards I said were like miniatures of the designer series paper. They coordinate with the Flowers for Every Season 6x6 designer series paper. And this is what I was playing with on Monday. So there's all these different patterns and they're all double-sided. Some of them have a more plain opposite side. So if you're just looking for a solid colour for a background, you could use those as well. And also too, those solid colours are great for masculine cards. And you've got some gorgeous candy stripes. I love that. That's so fun. Reminds me of designer series paper I used to have years ago. I love this one too. Really pretty. See these ones? You could even use these for Christmas. Some nice blue ones there too, which are really nice. There's some more Christmassy type ones. It's another Christmas one with poinsettia. So yeah, as it says, Flowers for Every Season. That'd make great. That's in the cinnamon cider, so that would make a great masculine card. Whoops. So yeah, so lots of choice in this range of designer series paper. Having trouble flicking those last few pages. Oh look, that's the same as that one, only it's in a bigger piece. Yeah. So there you go. So that is from the same suite, and then as well as that, in this same suite, of course, we've got the stamp set. So there's 2 bundles in this suite. We've got the Celebrate Sunflowers with the coordinating dies, and then you've got the Jar of Flowers with the jar punch, which is what I was using on Monday. I used the stamp set. I didn't actually use the punch, but that punch coordinates. Now with these 2 stamp sets as well, on both of those, both of the covers, it shows the images at a reduced size. So the Jar of Flowers are shown at 75% on the cover. So when you open up your stamp set, you'll see that the stamps are actually much larger than what they look on the front. And then likewise with the Celebrate Sunflowers, these ones are shown at 90%. So when you open those up, and you'll notice that this set is red rubber. So they are our cling stamps, and this set is photopolymer. And the 2 little jars, they are reversible as well. So you've got a solid image, a solid jar image on one side, and then you've got the detail on the opposite side. So that's pretty fun. And then these ones have got, I've already put the stickers onto the stamps for those ones. And then in case you hadn't seen the dies, I'll open up the set of dies as well. These are the dies that coordinate with the Celebrate Sunflowers. So we've got dies there that cut out all of the images, plus you've got additional dies in there as well with extra leaves and this extra big sunflower as well, which is really beautiful. And there's a center there for that sunflower too. So, and gorgeous sentiments on here as well. I used the thanks from the Thanks a Bunch sentiment on Monday on my card as well, which I'll show you. Oops. See, I just cut out the thanks. I stamped the whole sentiment and then I just cut out the thanks and just used that on my card because I didn't want to cover up too much of my vase on that card. So yeah, and with that one I had used this stamp set, and I'd used the jar and that floral bloom there. Yeah. So it is a beautiful suite. Now there are coordinating ribbons as well that go with this suite, which I don't have, but I do have all the in color ribbons, which also coordinate with this suite. Oh, no worries, Wendy. Your internet dropped out? That's okay. I was just showing everybody what is in the Flowers for Every Season suite. We were just going through all of that. So you didn't miss too much yet. I haven't started creating yet. Getting to that. And so these are I put them in a little dish because they're so soft. They kept rolling everywhere and coming off the roll. So I put them in this little dish. But these are the in color ribbons. They're a 1/4 inch ribbon and they're really, really soft and beautiful. And yes, they coordinate with this whole suite. And there is also this one, which I haven't opened yet. This is in Bumblebee colour and it's a gingham ribbon. Let's open that together now and we'll have a look at that. It's the same width as those other ones, but it's got the gingham detail on the ribbon there. There we go. So that's really pretty as well, that ribbon there. Really pretty. I love gingham. So beautiful. There's a couple of gingham ribbons actually. There's another one as well. I can't remember what color, but I think it's a bit wider than this too. So I'll leave those out because we're going to use those. And instead of using our Memories and More card packs and envelopes, we're going to use our in color designer series paper. So I have been chopping into mine. As you can see, I have been getting ready for my virtual catalogue launch. I've got a virtual catalogue launch party coming up and the RSVP date is tomorrow evening or tomorrow afternoon at 5 o'clock. So there is still time to join that if you're interested, if you'd like to come along. You'll find the event in the event section on my business page and you can go there and find all the details there, and then you can click on going and then I can send you all the payment details, etc. So have a look for that. But yes, I've been cutting into this, getting ready for my launch with our goodie bags and our make and take samples. So this is all our beautiful in color cardstock. Our Misty Moonlight and our Magenta Madness, Just Jade, and our Bumblebee, Cinnamon Cider, Bumblebee, and there's all our beautiful, beautiful colours. So these colours coordinate with this suite, and of course we've got our enamel dots as well, which I also was using on Monday, so you can see that I've used some there too. All right, so let's get on to our projects for tonight. Now I already have them prepared, so I will show you what we're going to be doing. All right, so I have chosen out already some of the cards from those Memories and More card packs. So I'm going to be using this small one. So this is one of the 3x4s, and I'm using one of the large 6x4s as well. And you might be wondering about the card base. So this card base for this one, I know I said I was using the cardstock, but I'm using that for the second card. The first card I'm using the Memories and More card packs. So the Memories and More card packs come now. This is an old one, so this is just the large cards, but it comes now in a combo with the large and the small cards, 20 of each. And they are already pre-scored. They come with the coordinating envelopes, and they are available now, as well as they will be in the new catalogue as well. So I'm using one of those as the card bases because they are exactly the right size that I need for these Memories and More cards. So this is going to be really simple, and I'm using some of our beautiful ribbon, and this is in the Cinnamon Cider, and I've already pre-tied a bow as well just to make it a bit quicker. All right, so these are going to be really quick and easy cards. Anyone can make these cards. So really, really quick and easy. And I'm just going to add a little bit of bling to both of them, or to this one and the second one. If I can find my, yep. So I'm going to be using my Wink of Stella tonight as well. If you're not familiar with the Wink of Stella, it is like a glitter brush. It has beautiful glitter inside the barrel here, and so when you squeeze that barrel, which is pliable, it's quite soft, the glitter comes out the end there, and then you can give your cards a bit of a sparkle. So we're going to be using some of that, and we're going to be using our enamel dots. So let's open up our enamel dots so we've got them ready. So we'll have those there ready to go, and we've got our ribbon ready to go. Okay, so the first thing we are going to do is we're going to put our ribbon on this card. So I'll move aside the card base. So we're just going to have our cinnamon cider ribbon going across the bottom there. I'll just lay my card on here, and I'm going to move it up towards the top there of the border. In fact, I'm going to move my, hang on a minute, I'll just move my banner there for a moment. I knew that was going to get in the way when I put that down. I'll just move that out of the way for a moment. Oops. Now I've got blue tack everywhere. I had it blue tacked down so that it wouldn't slide around. Now it's leaving blue tack everywhere. Okay. All right, that's better. Now I've got a bit more room. Okay, so we are going to be putting the ribbon down here. We're going to be putting the little card just up so that I've got that nice border at the top there. And I didn't want to cover up all of these flowers down the bottom here, so that's why I moved the card up to be in that border at the top there. So I'm going to run my ribbon across the bottom there. So to do that, I'm just going to use some of our mini glue dots. Mini glue dots are the best thing for ribbon. They are so easy to use. So just take my ribbon to the glue dot and pick that up. If I press it firmly enough. There we go. So that's got a glue dot now on the back of it, and on the other end as well. There we go. And then we're just going to wrap that around our card base. And the good thing is too, we've got a cheat on this one, because this 6x4 Memories and More card has got the grid lines on it already. So we can line up our ribbon with our grid lines so that we know that we got it straight. The only thing is this ribbon has actually got a little bit of a bow in it, this particular piece, but that's all good. There we go. Oh, did I do that tight enough? I think I didn't do that tight enough. Hang on, let me just lift up that side again. Okay, I'll just wrap that around and secure it at the back. There we go. Great. All right, so with our little 3x4 Memories and More card, we're just going to put some dimensionals onto the back of, well actually, now that, before I jump to there, let's adhere that onto our card base, because we can do that now we've wrapped our ribbon. So I'm just going to use a bit of snail adhesive to adhere that onto our base. Oh, hey Fee, how are you? Good to see you. Thanks for jumping on. I am great. I'm a little bit tired. I was saying to everyone my eyes are hanging out of my head tonight, but aside from that, I am good. And I haven't had any reaction to my flu shot except for feeling a bit sleepy the last couple of days. That's the only side effect I've had, which is good. And a bit of a sore arm, of course. That's to be expected with any vaccination, isn't it? So yes, I've been talking to Fee the other day about having my flu shot, because I hadn't been looking forward to having it. You're a bit tired too. Oh, you went to the office today for work. Awesome. All right, so we'll adhere that down flat. So that is as easy as that is. Now what we're going to do, and I haven't forgotten about my bow, I'm going to add that on in a minute. I'm going to add some dimensionals to the back of this Memories and More card, and we're going to pop that up to give it a little bit of interest. Oh, I need my, oh, look what I just did. I popped down two because I looked away for a split second because I was thinking, wait on, where's my Take Your Pick tool? There it is. Use my Take Your Pick tool to pick up my dimensionals. I found it so much easier for me. There we go. I'm only going to use 5 on that one because it's only quite small. So we don't need too many, but we do want one in the middle so that it doesn't sag. Okay, and then this is just going to be popped up here. and I'm lining it up just with the border that's already printed on that Memories and More card, which is so easy. There we go. So that is so easy, and then we'll just pop our little bow on, and again I'm going to use, now which is the front of my bow, that way. There we go. I noticed the other day I went to put a bow on a card and I actually put it on back to front. And then I like to put my bows over to the side, so I'm going to pop that one over there. And if you're worried a little bit about that ribbon being a little bit loose, what you can do is where you've popped the bow is you can just pop another little glue dot, which I often like to do, just underneath where that bow is sitting, just to hold that down so that that's not going to jiggle about so that bow doesn't fall off. All right. Now we're going to add a bit of bling. So let's give our Wink of Stella a bit of a shake. Mix up all that beautiful glitter that's inside and give it a little squeeze. Whoa, that's a big squeeze. Let me grab a tissue. That was a big squeeze. Got a bit carried away there. Squeezed it a bit too hard. Okay. All right, and I am just going to colour in these little flowers just to give them a little bit of a sparkle. So they don't need much, and the Wink of Stella comes out quite quickly, so it's really easy to do. You might even want to put a little bit on some of these little leaves. Just jazz it up a little bit, give it a little bit of interest. So the Wink of Stella brush is always available from Stampin' Up, so it's available currently, and it will be carrying over into the new catalogue as well. So I love to use it to give everything a little bit of a bling. Okay, there we go. And then we're just going to add some glue dots. And then that'll be our first card finished already. How quick and easy was that? All right, so I'm going to use some blue. Now what I did discover with these enamel dots when I was using them on Monday is once you stick them down, don't try to lift them back up because they are super, super sticky. But if you try to lift them back up, you actually damage them because they've got like a clear little dome on the top of the blue color. And so what actually happens is if you try to separate it, it separates that dome from, if you try and lift it, it separates the dome from the color underneath, and you actually wreck your dots. And so that's what I did the other day, and I ended up having to get some more out and replace them on my card. So there we go. There's our first card finished already. How quick and easy was that? Hey Matthew, how are you? Great to see you. So that is our first card finished already with using those Memories and More cards. How quick and easy was that? So anybody at any level can make those cards, and they're so pretty and beautiful. And then I'm not sure if the camera will pick it up, but I can see in the light that bit of a shimmer from the Wink of Stella on those flowers and those leaves, just to give it a little bit of, and you know what? Let's add a bit more Wink of Stella down to the bottom. Let's add some more bling. I love a bit of bling. So we can add it to these flowers down here too. And go Wink of Stella crazy. And just add it to all of those. I haven't actually used my Wink of Stella on my recent cards lately. I kind of put it away. It's getting a bit wet. I'd kind of put it, well, not that I'd put it away. It was here. But sometimes, you know, you just need to be reminded to get it back out again. And I got that reminder the other day. And I thought, oh, yes, I have to get my Wink of Stella back out. There we go. So now you might be able to see a bit more of a shimmer there on those flowers. And as that dries, you'll be able to see that glitter even better. So there we go. There's our first card already done. Let's move on to our second card. That was nice and quick and easy. Oh, they're great, aren't they, Glenda? They're really fantastic. Oh, thanks, Jenny. And hi, Jenny. Sorry, I missed you jumping on just then. Great to have you along tonight. All right, so here we are. We've got some more Memories and More cards, and this time we're using that gorgeous Magenta Madness. I love that bright pink. It's so beautiful. And I have chosen these two Memories and More cards to coordinate together. but I needed to break them up a little bit because just putting that onto that, I felt was just, there was a lot going on. So to break it up, well, first of all, what I did is I cut a card base with my Misty Moonlight cardstock from the new In Colour range. And we're going to trim down our Memories and More card here so that it will fit on that card base. That's just one of our standard size card bases. So it's 10.5 centimeters wide by, that's a full length of A4 cardstock. And I basically just scored it at 14.85 and folded it in half. And then we'll trim down this card. And then I just cut another little piece just to give a very fine, it's approximately 2 millimeter. I actually cut this by eye. I didn't measure it. A little 2 millimeter border just to lift it a little bit off that very busy base that we've got going on there. So let me bring in my trimmer and we'll cut down this designer series paper because you know you can always, oh wait, maybe I already did. I already did. Of course I already did. There's my strip. I cut a 4 millimeter strip off that Memories and More card because it was a little bit too long for our standard card front. So I did, yeah, lucky I checked that because I was about to cut more of that then. So little 4 millimeter strip off that one, and now it fits perfectly on the front of our card. So to begin with, I think what I'm going to do, let me just pop those to the side. This little strip here, I'm going to use that to decorate the inside of my card. So I'm going to just pop this onto my Misty Moonlight base first, or layer, I should say. I'll use my snail adhesive again to do that. And then we're going to add some extra elements to the front of this card. So just pop that on there and line that up. Whoops, that just moved. I think that moved just slightly. Oh, that doesn't look too bad. Okay, so that one's there ready. Now we're going to add a little bit of something to that. So I'm going to set that aside and then I'm going to add, it does, it really makes a difference, doesn't it, Wendy? It really makes it pop up off that busy background there. And then for this one, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to have, and I'll just lay it there while I work out where I'm placing my ribbon. I'm going to have an even border on both left and right side and the top, and then the ribbon is actually going to be wrapped around the entire base. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to adhere. You could either wrap it around the whole base or you could wrap it around the Memories and More card first, like I did on the other one, if you wanted to do it that way. But this time I'm going to do it a little bit differently. So we're just going to pop that on with some snail adhesive. Oops. There we go. So, and I love the magenta with the Misty Moonlight. I really love those two colours together. I also love the bumblebee with the Misty Moonlight as well, which is also awesome. All right. And then what we're going to do with our ribbon is I'm actually wrapping it around the entire front of the card. And I'm going to bring it up and I'm going to just tie a knot this time. I'm not going to tie a bow. I'm just going to tie a knot over on the right hand side. Oops, I might need to bring it over a little bit that way. And so I'm not taping this ribbon at this stage, so that if I want to move it around, once I get that card on, I can move it around, and then I might pop a little glue dot just under where the knot is, just to keep it nice and still and stable. But I'm not doing that just yet. All right, there we go. So, oh, that's a bit loose. Let's do that again. It's always challenging, isn't it, doing bows and little knots, trying to get them to stay put. What I have done in the past is actually, when I know exactly where I'm going to put it, I've put a glue dot under that part of the knot first before I go and completely tie it off. or you can do the same with a bow as well. But I'm just not exactly sure if that's going to be in the right spot yet, so I don't want to do that too early on this one. There we go. All right, great. So that is going to be our little ribbon knot. So I'll just leave that. I'll trim that up a little bit. It doesn't need to be that long. And then we can reposition that a little bit later if we need to reposition that. Gee, I didn't do that very well, did I? Get that angle right on that ribbon. There we go. Okay, so isn't that magenta just gorgeous? Well, if you like pink, that is. Not everybody likes pink. Yeah. Oh, good. Okay. So my daughter is sending me messages in the background. She must be watching. Yes, I already knew that, Amber, but thank you. Yeah, okay, so we're going to pop that on there. But before we do, let's put some other decorative elements on here first. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to pull out these stickers that come in the Memories and More packs, and we're going to use some of those. So we'll just grab one sheet of each of those. And oh, and we also need oh, you think it's too bright for you, Wendy? Yeah, it is for some people. It depends on how you use it too, I think. If you're using it with other colors to sort of dampen the brightness down a bit as well, it can work really well. But yeah, it does. It's very much a personal preference as to what people like. I love pink, so for me, it's a great color. Okay, so we are going to pop down. I'm going to use the word feeling, and I'll show you what I'm going to do with that. So these just pop out. And I'm going to use my Take Your Pick tool just to slide it under some of those letters so that I don't lose the, I don't want to lose the shape of the letters. And because this already has a little sentiment on it, it says start fresh. And I'm going to put on here, I'll work out where I want to put it. About there, I think. And again, I've got the grid lines actually on this card, so that's going to help me to place that down. But placing that down very carefully, I think I might have gone up a little bit there. It's not quite straight. Not quite straight. Oh, that's okay. And I've got my little eye back in here too, so I'll get the little dot of my eye out of there and add that. I love that these have that ombre effect on those words. Really beautiful. And this one is in the cinnamon cider. Take Your Pick tool is very handy when you're doing fiddly little bits like this. Okay, and then what I'm going to do is, thank you very much, Wendy. So what I'm going to do too is I want to use this little word blessed. So I'm going to bring in my trimmer and I'm going to trim that word blessed out. But so that I don't muck up the lines there between each of those words, I'm going to trim that whole line off, both top and bottom, and then I'll cut that little one out. So let me bring in my trimmer. Oops. Okay, I love these Memories and More cards and how quick and easy it makes it to make some beautiful cards. All right, so we want the word blessed, so we'll just line that up there on our trimmer. Oops, careful of my cables. And okay, so we've got those ones. I'll put those aside for another card or some other cards later. And then we want that one. My cord keeps getting in the way. I've got everything plugged in again tonight because everything was getting low. All my batteries on everything. And so I had to plug everything in. So I've got cables everywhere tonight. There we go. Oh, I might trim off just a tad. I might trim that with scissors actually. My little snips. Okay, so I've got all these words I can use later, and I'll pop those to the side. I can hear my little puppy dog running around upstairs. I wonder if you can all hear her. She's very tiny, but the sound of her coming through the floor, she sounds like a little elephant, like a baby elephant. All right, so we've got our word blessed there. And we are going to pop that word blessed just under there. And I'm wondering about whether or not to pop it up on dimensionals. I might pop it up on dimensionals. So I'll grab my little minis out and we'll pop that up on some minis. Okay. Take off those backings. Oops. And we're just going to pop that in. I just want it to fit within that word there so that it's within, like sort of underneath it, but inside of where that little tail is from the G. And again, having those grid lines already printed on that card is awesome because it helps you to line everything up. So that's gorgeous. And now what we'll do is I'll pop that whole front there up on our dimensionals. I'll get our large dimensionals this time. So yeah, so it's great just to see different ways of using these memories and more cards for card making and also for scrapbooking and memory keeping. So they have so many uses, which is absolutely awesome. So I always say, oh, I'm going to get back into my memory keeping and I'm going to use these cards. It'll make it so much quicker and easier. But I'm always so busy making all my cards that I never seem to get around to doing my memory keeping, which I am way behind with. I haven't even done our photos from our last couple of years of overseas holidays when we took the kids overseas. So there we go. Beautiful. All right, let's just trim up that ribbon a tad more. It's just a little bit too long still. There we go. And yeah, I think I've got that positioned pretty well actually. So I might just pop a little glue dot under that ribbon now. Oh, fantastic, Jenny. Yes, definitely put them on your list, on your shopping list. They are so great, so pretty, and so easy to work with. There we go. Now we've also got, and I'm not sure, I think there's a lot already going on that card. I had in my mind originally to add perhaps a bow or some of the other flowers, but I actually don't think we need to now. I think this has enough on it because you've got all of this detail here. You've got your sentiment, you've already got ribbon here, so we don't need an added bow. The only other thing that I was considering was these little leaves here. But then I'd be putting white on white because I don't yet have the Stampin' Blends or the Stampin' Write markers in the in colours to actually colour these. So I think I'm actually happy with that card just as it is, to be honest. I think I'm just going to leave it there. And again, I might use my Wink of Stella and I might just shimmer up these little tulips here just to give them a little bit of a sparkle. And then that should be all finished. And then we've got a beautiful card already made in, I don't know, was anybody timing? I wonder how long that took. It was pretty quick. What was it, under 10 minutes? 10 or maybe 10 minutes? There we go. Beautiful. So then that is all done. So there's our 2 cards that we made tonight. How are we going for time? Oh, I've only been on for 47 minutes. Look at that. I made 2 cards and we had a big chat at the beginning in 47 minutes. That's pretty cool. And I've got this little strip here too that I'm going to use to decorate the inside of that card. So I'll put a white insert into that, but I'll do that later. A white insert, and then I'll add that as a border along the bottom to tie in the colour scheme. Yeah, so what do you think about those, ladies? You like them, Athena? Very pretty, thank you. Oh, you haven't dared look at the new catalogue yet. It's still in the bag. Oh, Chrissy, you have to open it. You definitely have to open it. There are so many beautiful things in there. Just get your sticky notes out. Like I've got 2 little strips of sticky notes, and often I color code them. So one will be I need to have it now, and the other one will be on my wish list for later on. So have your sticky notes ready when you're going through your catalogs, everybody. Yeah, thank you, Leslie. You like it like that? I agree. I don't think it needs anything else. I think it's beautiful just like that. Oh, glad you love it, Fee. Thank you. Thank you, Wendy. Thanks, everyone. Thanks, Glenda. You're welcome. Very welcome for sharing those. But yeah, so if you don't have those Memories and More cards already on your wish list, make sure you get them on your wish list. They're gorgeous. And remember the coordinating ribbons as well, and the enamel dots too. Oh, enamel dots. Do you think we need enamel dots on this one? I was going to add some, but there is a lot already going on there. What do you think? Does this one need enamel dots as well, or should I leave it just as it is? Because I didn't add, well, I did add bling because I added the shimmer to the tulips. I just forgot about the bling, but I'm not sure that we need any on this one. Thanks, Julie. Yeah, so remember the beautiful Memories and More cards, and remember about the Memories and More cards and envelopes as well that coordinate. Let me grab them out again. These ones here. Don't forget about these ones as well, because these are already pre-cut to the right size, remember, for those Memories and More cards. And you've got the gorgeous envelopes as well. And as I said, you can actually cut you can cut those envelopes open and use the insides of those printed envelopes for your your designer series paper as well, which is another great idea. So lots of uses. Oh, my tummy's grumbling. It's getting hungry. It must be tea time or dinner time, depending on where you are. And remember too about the Memories and the designer series paper, the Flowers for Every Season designer series paper, and these will coordinate with the cards, so you can mix and match them as well. Oh, thank you. So leave it, no bling. Okay, awesome. Thank you, ladies. Yes, I think so too. I don't think it needs any more, that one. I think that's pretty just as it is. So yeah, so remember we have all those beautiful coordinating colors that, products that all go together. And I hope you really, really enjoyed those, and I hope that I inspired you. And again, this is the card that I made. That was the other one that I made back on Monday as well. So that one was with the designer series paper and the stamp set. And then these two were with the Memories and More cards tonight, but all from the same suite. So that is the Flowers for Every Season suite. So look out for that one in the brand new annual catalogue. Really, really pretty suite. All right, so there's our Memories and More cards done. Beautiful. And you can see the size difference as well. If I put them side by side, you can see how different the card base size is that fits those cards perfectly. But if you wanted to use the in color cardstock, all you need to do is just trim down your Memories and More card to fit our standard card front here in Australia. And I think Europe as well uses the same card size. American cards are a little bit different in size. So yeah, there we go. All right, well, I am going to flip that camera back up so that I can say goodbye to you all. And then I will go and have some dinner. So let me just cover that camera up, and I'll flip the camera up. Sorry for the noise if it sounds a bit clunky. And let's just see if I am around the right way and up the right way. I am, yay! Oh, I will get the hang of doing everything back the normal way. I've been so long doing it the other way because of all the technical issues with Facebook, or Facebook Live predominantly. Since they did the updates, it's all been good, so that's fantastic. So, oh, you're welcome, Wendy. Thank you so much for joining me. I hope that you all really enjoyed those 2 cards. I really love them, especially this pink one. That's my favorite. That's my favorite one. I really love that one. And then that's the other one there. So, yeah, using those beautiful in colors. Remember to look for those in colors as well. When you're shopping the new catalog, make sure you look for all the new in colors. The cardstock, the ribbons, there'll be inks, which we don't have yet as demonstrators, but as soon as that catalog goes live, that'll be the first thing on my shopping list, is all those inks and the Stampin' Blends and the Stampin' Right markers. And there's the ribbons and there's the embellishments as well, and that beautiful suite that coordinates with all the in colors. So remember to look out for those. Again, I'll hold this up because I did take it down. That is my blog, mandyspapercraftcreations.blogspot.com. You can go there to find my online shop. Just click on the shop tab on the top left hand side and that'll take you through to my online store. And also too, on my blog you will see that card, the other card that I showed you, this one. That's on my blog, so you can see how I made that one. And as well as that, there is also tutorials on there. There's a separate page for tutorials. There's also a page there about my technique club. Now, some of my previous technique club videos and PDFs are available for purchase, and you'll find them on my tutorials page there. So if you're interested in them, go and have a look there too. And they can be purchased from anywhere in the world, because they are a digital or something I can send digitally. I don't know the correct terminology, but yeah, they can be purchased from anyone all around the world. So I hope that you enjoyed that, and I hope that you all have a relaxing rest of the night tonight. And if you haven't had your tea or your dinner, go and have it now. I'm going to go and have mine. My tummy is rumbling. And I hope to see you all again next week at the same time, 7 o'clock next Thursday night. But also too, don't forget, I'm also going live on Mondays at 4 o'clock in the afternoon as well. So I hope to see you there. And this video will be put on my YouTube channel. So anybody who is watching on my YouTube channel, please give me a thumbs up, and also let me know. I'd love it if you would leave me a comment, and remember to subscribe to my YouTube channel and click on the little bell icon so that you'll get any notifications as I upload new videos, so you'll always know when there's a new video there to watch. But thank you everyone for joining me. It's been great to have you along tonight. Oh, thank you. Yes, I'll see you on Saturday, Leslie, in our online class. If any of you have any questions, or you need any further information about anything, please let me know, and I'd love to help you out with any of that. If you have any product questions as well, please feel free to ask me. And remember, if you don't already have a Stampin' Up! Demonstrator and you're here in Australia, please let me know, and I'd love to help you out, and I'd love to get one of those brand new catalogs to you as well. But thank you very much, Wendy. Good night, Diane. Until next time, I'll see you all then. Happy crafting, everyone. Bye.